All right, everybody, welcome back to another video here on the MultiGen Collectables YouTube channel, where we are diving back into the collection that my grandmother and I shared from about 1988 to 1994. And as I've said before, this was a collection for collection's sake. Maybe one day all of these cards could be cashed in and pay for college. That's what we thought. Then it was, maybe we can hold on to these cards a little bit longer and we can cash these cards in and pay for a home. So we thought. And over time, we realized that wasn't the case. And now, for the first time on camera, since the beginning of this YouTube channel, way back around, we'll say Thanksgiving of 2025, about 6-7 months ago, I started to document the collection. And I started to document going back through all of these boxes and these binders to find out, what do I actually have possession of that my grandmother and I had? And lo and behold, after about 30 of these white card boxes by now, I've gone through about 30 on camera, and about 4 binders on camera, we've seen the plenitude of baseball cards from 1988 to 1994. And I'm sharing this story with you. So I appreciate all of your follows. I appreciate all of your shares. I appreciate all of your comments. And I appreciate all of you taking time out of your day and just viewing and following along and enjoying the storytelling. All right. This is part 5, the final episode of this 1994 Upper Deck box. There are more Upper Deck boxes in the collection. There are more to go through, but this one in particular, we went through first. So let's see what is awaiting in this last, we'll say, 2 stacks of cards, okay? I've shown you already that there are what look to be like inserts towards this far left side that I wanted to save as their own episode. I might be completely wrong. They might be absolutely nothing. They might be checklists. They might be collector's choice checklists. They might be, I don't know. We don't know. But nonetheless, we broke it up into 5 episodes. So hopefully you've enjoyed the episodes. For those of you that collected at this time, I hope that this is a blast from the past and this takes you back to your youth, or maybe the time that you shared with somebody else like I did collecting. Maybe this is nostalgic for you. Maybe this is therapeutic. Maybe this is what you've been needing. All right. So let's jump back in together and see what we find. Starting off, we have John Wetland, Keith Miller. Who's that? Scott Hammond to lead things off. Bruce Riffin. And we have a Greg Gagne, Brady Anderson, Chuck Carr, Kirk Gibson. Look at that. Again, this is what I'm talking about. Shout out to the photographers at the stadium catching these rare, fun moments where these Major League Baseball players in their 20s, 30s, and even some in their 40s, like Kirk Gibson at this point in his career, are just having fun, man. Like, they're being kids. Like, how awesome is that? And shout out to the creative director at Collector's Choice Upper Deck who said, yep, that's the picture we're gonna go with. Shout out to them. Gibson in his 40s or late 30s at that time. 15 seasons in Major League Baseball by the time this card came out. How wild is that, man? 15 seasons. And to think there are other players that played for 20 plus, right? Tom Candiotti, the Candyman. Alex Arias. Mike Piazza. There we go. Piazza actually became one of my grandmother's favorite players to collect. She absolutely enjoyed collecting Piazza. One of my cousins, this actually became her favorite baseball player because she thought he was hot. That was it. She just thought he was cute. Oh, Piazza's my favorite player. He's good looking. You know, hey, so be it. But my grandmother really enjoyed collecting Piazza for a couple years. And I think that's one of the reasons why in some of the other videos we have so many Piazza cards in slim cases. And let's not take anything away from him. From the time he got into the league, dude was a beast, right? Dude was handling business, hitting home runs, rookie of the year, driving in RBIs, great defensive catcher. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer. Can't take nothing away from him. The pride and joy of Lancaster, California, as I say always, Kevin Apier, Kurt Abbott, Eisenreich, Felix Fermin, Darrell Hamilton, Tim Raines, Hall of Fame player, Harold Reynolds, my bad. J.R. Reynolds is another player. Harold Reynolds, probably not a Hall of Fame player, but he was a reliable player and should probably be a Hall of Famer as a result of his sports broadcasting and commentary on sports networks. This man right here, Danny Tartabull. This is one of those players I feel like probably should have been a superstar, on the brink of being a superstar, but for whatever reason it didn't happen. Tartabull was that dude, man. I feel like he was that dude. And for whatever reason, didn't work out. This man's a Hall of Famer. Wade Boggs. This is wild to see him in a Yankees uniform after he spent so many seasons with Boston. You know, 12 years in the league at this point, all with Boston. Then 93 goes to the Yankees. Like it doesn't seem right, you know? And remember, this is 1994. This was the very last year we collected. And this was the year of the Major League Baseball strike that ended the season early. Scott Brocious with the A's. This was that year that I think killed baseball for a number of years until Sosa, McGuire, right? Until that 98 season. Until 97, 98, and then 99. This was the year that killed baseball. And maybe this was why we stopped collecting. Santiago. Now, I still enjoyed baseball, even into that 95 season. But this year, 94, you know, definitely left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. As a teenager, that very next year, I was right back to watching it. You know, I had some really good friends that at the time we were all into Major League Baseball, playing Nintendo, Ken Griffey Jr. on the 94, 95 MLB, you know, and MLB Live. So we were still all about it. Lenny Dykstra, Olson, Magadan, Strawberry. There you go. Strawberry with the Dodgers. That was cool. Eric Davis with the Dodgers at that same time was even cooler. To have Strawberry and Davis with the Dodgers, hometown players, you know, that was cool. The big cat, Andres Galarraga, would be, could be, should be Hall of Famer as well. Charlie Huff. Is Charlie Huff... Oh, wow. Charlie Huff had to swing the bat. That's wild. Look at that. 24 seasons. See, that's what I'm talking about. 24 seasons in Major League Baseball. How does this man just keep going like that? How did this man continue on for 24 seasons? As a pitcher, Darren Dalton, the big unit, Randy Johnson. Look at that card. There's Bo. There's that Bo base card with no signature stamp. Love it. Love it. All right, here we go to the final stack of cards. And we'll start with the base, because again, I don't know what's awaiting us. Actually, you know what? It's only one base card. It's only one base, and it is Bo Jackson. Man, I wish he would have had a longer, healthier career. Like, imagine what he could have done. Imagine. Okay, so here's what we have at the end. This is what I was hoping for. This is what I was looking to see. This is what I was waiting in this last video to hopefully jump into, and who knows what we find. So we saw the silver signatures earlier in the second video. Now, or the first video, the first two videos. Now look at this. These are the gold. This is the card. And I hope it's more than just one. But you have the gold border around the edge, and you have the gold stamp. It's kind of hard to see just because of the lighting, but that's gold. It's not silver. Kind of hard to tell. I'm trying to turn the card around. You kind of see it in that angle there. So this is a Darren Dalton gold stamped, and it's only one. Dang. We need to find more. And just what I thought. This is exactly what I thought. I was hoping for more of them gold cards, but this is exactly what I thought. I knew these were going to be some sort of inserts over here. I just didn't know what. And here you go. So this is the Yankees team card checklist. So it looks like we had a bunch of team card checklists on the right side that we got to see in the first video or second video. And now we have the team card checklist on the far left side, in which some of these are dope. Like, don't get me wrong. The photography is dope. It's clean, right? The photography is clean. The edge to edge photography is nice. I like that. Edge to edge photography, top down, left to right. And again, these are of the better players on the team, right? These are your team MVPs basically. And they are photographed as your collector's choice team checklist players. Apier, Galarraga. Was that Larkin? Yeah, Larkin. Barry Larkin. Clemens. Gonzalez. Juan Gonzalez. Van Slyke. Because by this time, Bonilla and Bonds are no longer on Pittsburgh, or no longer with Pittsburgh. Dykstra getting a stretch. Look at Tony Gwynn, the legend himself. Cal Ripken Jr. Man. Oh, wow. Look at the color variation. Oh, damn. I thought these were different cards. Look at the color variation. Something tells me this one is more of the true color, and this is more of enhanced color for whatever reason. Quality control. Quality control. Can we call quality control? Doc Gooden. His nephew, Gary Sheffield. Yep, that's his nephew. Put that Doc Gooden there. There's the kid. The GOAT. The kid. Seattle Mariners. Look at that quality control. Look at those color variations. Look at that. Quality control. Can we get quality control on the line, please? Albert Bell. With Vizquel in the background. That's kind of cool. Barry Bonds. With his Giants. Who's this? Cliff Floyd? Yep, Cliff Floyd. I'm surprised they didn't have Grissom. I would have thought Grissom would have been on there. Piazza. Mike Piazza. Sandberg. Ozzie Smith. I know I'm taking some time showing these cards to you, but look at the quality of the photos. Like, look how sharp they are. And again, these cards are glossy. They have a nice gloss to them. Pat Listash, David Justice, signing autographs. That's cool. Shout out to David Justice for signing autographs pregame. Roberto Alomar. Oh, look at that picture. Look at that photo. What a great photo, man. Throw was late. Can't tell who's sliding into second. Can't really tell. But the throw is late. Bagwell. Look at that variation in color. So as I said, I know this is taking some time, but I wanted you to see the quality of the photos, man. The quality of the photos, quality of the card, the border-to-border print. Is this Edmonds or is this Salmon? Yeah, this is Tim Salmon. There you go. Tim Salmon. Also a little bit of a color variation. And then we get to the set checklists, and this is what makes the collector's choice a little bit different from the previous years. If you remember, the collector's choice were like drawings, paintings. These ones are a little bit different. In the 94 set, these are more like stencils, which are still cool. I still love these, but they just didn't hit the same as the actual paintings, the artist rendition paintings. These are cool. They're different. John Krug, David Justice, Frank Thomas. They're still highly collectible, in my opinion, just because of the uniqueness of the image. Ken Griffey Jr. Still a cool card to collect, even though it's a checklist. Juan Gonzalez. It's still a painting. It has a stencil look to it. Still really cool. Really dope. But I just preferred the previous years over these ones. And that's all right. Everybody, thank you so much for spending some time with me. Thank you so much for being here, sharing time with me, sharing the journey of going back to all these cards from my teenage and youth years. By this point in 1994, I was 14 going on 15. My interests had changed. I was more into music. I was more into making model cars. I was more into sports from a playing perspective as opposed to a collecting perspective. I was off doing other things. I was a sophomore in high school, freshman into sophomore. So, depending on the time of year. By 94, I was already a sophomore in high school. And, when you're in high school, things change. Your interests change. Your hobbies somewhat change. Your outlook on life is different from when you're a kid. And you can definitely see it going into the collection, and knowing that this was the last year of the collection, that has something to say to that as well. But nonetheless, thank you for being with me as we go back through the years and look back at the collection. In the next video, we are going to jump into this box right here. Can't see what it says yet, but I'll give you a hint. It's not sports. Okay? It's not sports. So again, thank you for commenting. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for hanging out. All right? We'll see you in the next video, y'all. Peace out.